So here's a question now. In fact, we were kind of touching on it now about what your father can see. We know he can go to a portal. We know he
Yeah,
can watch you like he's doing it right now.
yeah.
We know they can decree in heaven things, good things for you or for us or for their family, for their loved ones. Is there ever a situation where your dad, let's say, is walking around the earth and all of a sudden he gets an alert from the Lord that says, "Stop! You need to pray for such and such. There's a crisis. You need to pray about the crisis." Is there anything like that where he's suddenly alerted, or anyone suddenly alerted to
When you
pray?
say walking around the earth, you mean walking around
Yeah,
heaven.
we're walking around heaven. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're
He
walking around heaven. We don't want
doesn't
them
walk
walking.
around the earth, but he
Well,
does
we don't
walk
want
around
to.
heaven.
We don't want to have false
I don't
diving.
know of anything like that. I can't
Okay.
say that they don't know sometimes
Okay.
because there's so many testimonies. And no matter what I say, some people will not like it. Well, that doesn't bother me. I forgive you.
Yeah.
But there are some times when in the moment of a crisis, like a really severe crisis, possibly a tragedy, that a loved one will appear and will wake up people in their home. It has happened. And I guess for whatever reason, the father sent them or gave them permission to go and wake them up. It's happened to too many people. It's happened all over the earth, different nations, all kinds of things. There's so many testimonies, you can't deny the testimonies. And so there are times when he will allow someone in who's living in heaven to come to make a statement or make a sound. Some people have seen their family members outside the window yelling, "Get up, wake up, your house is on
Really?
fire." It really has happened, and their life was saved. So
Okay. Well,
I
that's
don't know
pretty.
why
That's an
some do
alert.
and some don't. But what'd you say?
Well, that kind of answers that question, doesn't it? They
Yeah,
were alerted to we don't know what form it took when he was up there, he or they or
that's
she,
right.
but suddenly they're alerting you. Okay, then that is an answer to that question.
It is.
So,
I
wow.
always tell people they do not come back to earth and live. And I just need to say this. I always have to clarify things so people don't get confused. There are some people who think their family member who died is living in their home. That's not your family member. That is a familiar spirit. Familiar spirits that don't belong to God. They make sounds in your home or they
Mm,
appear off and on. Sometimes they may even be a frightful thing or they don't say good things. You open your door and you cast out that familiar spirit. Say, "You're not welcome here. I'm not giving you permission. Get out." Because some people have no clue that that goes on, but it does.
mm,
So Satan's been here a long time
yeah.
and he can mock and fake people's faces. And there's familiar spirits who've been around a long time and they're not your family members and they might look like them, but they're not. They're living in heaven. I have to really make sure people understand this. When we went to, I don't remember where it was. It was near, where was that place near Reno, Jen, that Margaret and I went there and we were there to do some covert work.
Okay. I know it was
It was outside of Reno. It was near
Okay.
Carson City.
Yeah, it was a bed and breakfast.
It was a B&B, and
Okay.
we were invited to speak at this B&B, and there were only 10 people coming.
White
And
Dove or something.
yeah, I think it was the White something or other. I don't know, the White House or something. And next door to this B&B,
Was another B&B,
outside of Carson City,
and it was pink.
and it was pink, and it was called the Pink House. And there was a familiar spirit. Didn't look like me, people, but there was a familiar spirit that lived in that place. And they would even tell people, if you run this, it's a haunted. I went, okay, if they tell you it's haunted, don't go there. You don't want to go there. And they would go there, and the spirit would appear, and it wasn't good at all. And so we were sent there for a specific purpose, and we did what God wanted us to do. It wasn't about selling books. We spoke to the small group of people, but it was the authority. We walked in and we needed to unseat some things that were causing issues, not just in Carson City, but in Reno and in Las Vegas. Because whether you
Wow.
know it or not, God's going to make Las Vegas a region of light.
That's going to
So
be
just
so
get ready
amazing.
for that to happen. It will happen eventually. So when we were done with all that we did for him, and that was when the devil tried to kill us on the plane, and that didn't work either. But
Really?
anyway, so when we were done with all of our stuff, I said, "Let's do one more thing, Margaret," because I'm irritated with that familiar spirit. So Margaret walks up to the pink house, opens the gate, and I walk up there and yell, "Get out! You will no longer reside here. You have no power here." and you're not mocking people anymore. And that spirit flew out through that wall and left.
I love it. And
And
you
Rob
could
and I walked back through the gates, and we just went.
and you could see it as a
home.
seer. You saw it go. As a seer, you actually saw it go.
I saw it go.
That would be fun. That would be fun. There's sometimes I wish I was much more of a seer, but then I don't know if I want to see all that
Yeah,
spooky
you see a
stuff. So
lot.
it's a lot. So